Hello, this is Joy Houston, author of The Delicious Revolution and Rock and Body Raw Foods. I'm here to talk to you today about the health implications of drinking coffee and to show you how you can quit coffee painlessly. If you are interested in getting off the bean, please put your name and email address below and click continue. If you do, you'll get a free PDF full of recipes and an easy how-to guide to get off coffee without any of the pesky side effects. Now, why would someone want to quit drinking coffee? It is America's beverage of choice and may even keep this country running and keep people focused. But there are some serious health implications to drinking coffee, especially habitually. So let's go ahead and jump right in and cover that now. The first problem with drinking coffee is that it is one of the toxic top 3 things that we consume. The first being meat, specifically beef, and the second being dairy. And both meat and dairy also have issues with hormones and antibiotics being highly present in those foods, and that's not really good either. And the third on that list is coffee, a very pesticide rich crop. If you're going to drink coffee, you do want to get yourself a organic, free trade, shade grown coffee. That would be the healthiest choice if you're going to drink it, but hopefully we can convince you that that's probably not the best idea except on special occasions. Caffeine is a highly addictive substance. And it's generally consumed with a lot of sugar and fats. So not only is our body going to be dealing with the ups and downs of caffeine levels in our blood, it's also going to be dealing with crazy blood sugar swings and the drops that go with it, which just leaves us very moody, and it puts us on this energy roller coaster that we really do not need to be putting our body through. If you have anything like anxiety or serious stress conditions, coffee is going to amplify all of that and make it physiologically more intense for your body to be dealing with those emotions. So definitely not the top choice. But the biggest thing that we would like you to understand, that I would like you to understand, is how extremely acidic coffee is. Now, what does that mean? It's acidic. That sounds like something from a high school science lab, right? Well, you're right. The pH scale is something you probably covered in school in science. And let's talk for a minute about how the pH scale, how foods that we eat are reflected on this pH scale. Well, coffee is very acidic. Refined flours and sugars and processed foods and alcohol, meat, cheese, soda, all of these things fall on the very acidic end of the range. And a lot of foods that are healthy for us, especially greens and fresh vegetables, tend to fall on the very basic side of that scale. So you might be thinking, okay, well, so I have a coffee in the morning and then I have a salad for lunch. That's a one-on-one sort of canceling each other out type of equation. Unfortunately, that is not the way that acids and base work. It takes many more parts base to neutralize acid. So much so that if you wanted to continue eating these acidic things, you would have to eat greens day and night until you were green in the face, and you just don't consume that much food. So we need to get our acidic food consumption under control because our blood really needs to be at about 7.365. And the best way to do that is to consume a diet that is rich in healthy whole foods, in lots of fresh leafy greens. Now, let's look at blood when it's at that 7.365 and when it's not, so that you can visually see the difference. Now, blood cells that are in a healthy alkaline environment are perfectly round and beautiful. They have this perfectly white glowing light when you look at them under a lens, and that is energy coming off the cell that helps it to keep space from other cells, that it motates through the body very, very efficiently. It's also the energy by which the cells communicate with each other and excrete their waste and have that waste efficiently picked up and removed from the body. And that's the way that they should be. There's beautiful, whole, and rich sort of looking cells. Now, when they're in an acidic environment, they start to look a little bit crazy. They start to sort of tweak and adjust and try to survive in this acidic environment, and they stop communicating well. They're not perfectly round, so they don't motate through the body as well, and they are certainly not removing their waste from the body nearly as efficiently, and that waste that stacks up in the body contributes to even more acidity. Now, if I'm acid at the cellular level, at the blood level, how is that going to manifest in my body? What am I going to see in the mirror? How am I going to be feeling? Well, one thing that the body can defensively do when you're acidic headache is hold on to fat. That spare tire that you've got and that big booty that doesn't fit in your jeans may very well be saving your life, because if the body stores the acid in excess fats, it's not going to harm your sensitive tissues and organs. So it may very well be saving your life. Now, another thing it can do is it can neutralize that acid with a base. And how about a skeleton full of calcium to do the job? That's a great idea. Thank you very much for trying to save me, but I am not interested in having my bones age more quickly and become weak and brittle. That's just not something I'd like. I'd rather control my diet than I would have that side effect. So another thing the body can do is dilute the acid down by retaining water. Again, another very painful and dangerous situation if it gets out of control. It can also keep lipids in the bloodstream. Now, if your blood is very acidic, the lipids in the blood, it's actually raised cholesterol. It serves to protect the pathways of our blood, which is good. We don't want them getting thinned or certainly breaking down. So again, that's a very great thing that the body is doing to help us survive, but a very dangerous thing. High blood pressure, heart disease, stroke, all these things can come from too much high cholesterol and buildup of plaque on the blood walls. Another thing that the body can do is the cells can mutate to survive in this environment, but another word for mutated cells is cancer. As a matter of fact, Otto Warburg won about 76 years ago. He won a Nobel Prize for showing that cancer simply cannot survive in an alkaline environment. It's actually anaerobic environment. It's a little complicated. We won't go into the science here, but that's just not groundbreaking news people are going to share with you on 2020 and in every newspaper article every day, because there's no money for drug companies in that. There's more money for your local farmer, which is great. But there's no reason to fund that sort of research because there's no money to be made off of eating an alkaline diet. And if you eat this alkaline diet, your body will heal itself. It will stop doing all those things. It'll stop packing on the pounds. It'll stop raising your cholesterol and stop retaining water. It just won't need to do that anymore because it won't have excess acids. Now, a lot of people think that when they are going to eat, when they alkalize, they're going to have to eat, carrots and celery and maybe a cucumber and a whole bunch of salad. You need to eat fresh, whole, raw foods, but there are some amazing recipes. My top choice would be raw food recipes that are amazing for alkalizing the body. But let's get back to coffee. Again, this is a very acidic beverage, and if you just do one thing in terms of acid and base and alkalizing, if you just remove coffee from your diet, that is a huge step in the right direction. But I know that you do not want to go through that with headaches and grouchiness and going completely postal on your family, and that's just not necessary. I've created a beverage that contains raw cacao and maca. It's completely dairy-free, sugar-free, gluten-free, and it is as satisfying as coffee. It'll get you off coffee without the headaches, without the flu-like symptoms that a lot of people get when they start trying to get off coffee. And you'll still have all the energy and clarity and focus that you get from that normal cup of coffee, even more so, because although coffee makes you feel awake, later on it drops you right back down and throws you in the gutter. So it's something that will allow you to actually experience the energy that you're looking for, but in the form of a longer lasting sort of stamina. So all in all, you need to cleanse and you need to alkalize your body. I have a book that can definitely help you do that if you're interested in doing that. It's a 14-day raw cleanse, walks you through the whole thing, recipes, menu list, the whole 9 yards. Once your body is clean and alkaline, then you can start adding back in foods that you know you're not sensitive to. And I have a book called The Delicious Revolution that can help you maintain healthy habits. You're going to eat amazing food. I have people get back to me after their 14-day cleanse and say, I thought I was going to starve and I ate the most delicious food. I gave the attention and time to what we're eating, and I haven't done that in years, and it just made energetic and health differences that we could not have imagined. So you're not going to go hungry or have to eat horrible foods if you decide to make this health change. But what I would love for you to do is put your name and email address below and click continue so that you can get off coffee painlessly without headaches, staying sharp and clear, and feeling completely energetic. When you do, your body will start alkalizing. You'll lose weight naturally and easily as a side effect of alkalizing, and you'll look your sexy best. Thank you.